Hello and welcome to my channel. I am Leora. I help individuals discover and reveal their light within. This week's energy, we have entered into Pisces. So let's talk about this week's energy, how we can ride those waves without being overtaken by them, and how we can get the most out of what's going on in the cosmos right now. So this week's energy, Pisces is an energy that is floaty and imagination and the castles, the air castles, and just, it's amazing. That Pisces energy is amazing, but we need to ground the energy. And what I mean by that is that Pisces is a dreamer. There are no limitations, which is okay. That is perfect, because look at all the science fiction things that we have, that we've written in the past, that is now reality, okay? So Pisces is that kind of energy. What we need though, so that we don't feel all over the place, but we can give this water element a container, is we need to ground the energy. So the dreaming, the imagination, the desires in your heart, those can all become a reality. But how? I would suggest you guys to have a dream book that you place next to your bed on a bedside table, and a pen or something to write with, and write down your dreams, no matter how outrageous and far out they seem. Write them down. And then you need to take this time in this month to ground yourself. So that means you're going to have to put some structure there. So if you have dreams and visions that you want to make into reality, what are the steps to do that? How can we ground ourselves daily? We could walk outside barefooted. We can spend more time in nature. I know for me, I go for a walk every morning, and then I sit down by a river, and I just sit there. And I take in the sounds, and I take in the chirping of the birds. I take in the rushing of the river, and I sit on the ground so that I have Mother Earth energize me from underneath, and I can root myself down. And that really helps. It doesn't have to be very long. It's maybe about 10 minutes, but it just helps me focus. When I get up from that spot, I am so energized, more than my 30-minute cardio I just did for me. So we need to ground ourselves every day. We need to stay focused and take practical steps. For instance, I have a book I want to write. Okay, well, that's just a dream, just a vision. I mean, the whole story is within me, but how do I get it onto paper, and how do I share it with the world? There are certain steps I have to take to do that. I have to put the structure. Pisces is a very feminine energy, a very flowy, a very just being energy, which is wonderful and great. But we also need our divine masculine energy. We need that energy of structure, of giving it a vessel to flow into. Okay, so there's going to be this balance this week that we need to master. Okay, so what are some steps that you need to do? Write some steps down. What are the things? What's the step 1, step 2, step 3? What are some practical things you can do to make your dreams and your visions into a reality? Okay, so set your goal and be realistic about it. This week also, we need to keep a clear and focused mind. This week will be emotionally intensive. That means our emotions are going to be calling the shots here. And so we have to keep that in mind. We have to use more of our logical mind to keep that in mind. Okay, so something happened, I got triggered, I'm angry in this situation. I need to know, okay, my emotions aren't, logically benefiting me in this moment. So I need to take a step back and say, what for pleasure? First of all, everything in our lives, we have to know this with certainty. Everything in our lives happens for a reason, and it's for our highest good. And when we keep that in mind, when we keep that centered, this affirmation centers us, and we say, okay, thank you. I know this is also for my highest good. I don't understand it right now, but I'm going to stay proactive. I'm going to take a step back. I'm not going to trust my emotions. I'm going to look at them and see what they're telling me and what they're there for, But at the same time, I'm going to stay by me. That means I'm not going to project onto that situation, onto that person. I am going to stay by me and say, okay, why am I feeling this way? Why did that trigger me? Why, and go within. And in that time of going within, you're centering yourself. Okay? So stay proactive. Don't blow off the handle, and stay grounded in your emotions and in your interaction with other people. And this week also, the energy is there to really get to know others. Not the way they think, not the way they present themselves, but their true essence. We have an opportunity this week to get to know ourselves, our true essence, our authentic selves, and get to know our family members, our friends, our community on a much deeper, more intimate level. So use this time, but you're going to have to pause. You're going to have to pause and take a step back and get to know yourself. And actually within these triggers, this week's emotional energy that's so intense will actually serve you if you really want to get to know how you tick and why you get irritated by certain things, okay? So use this energy to go within and to figure yourself out. And with that, give other people opportunities around you to express themselves and to figure themselves out. It's a beautiful energy. You just have to know how to flow with it, okay? So focus your mind, keep grounded, proactive. Communication is very important. If you're the type of person, that's what I want to say. If you're the type of person who just holds things in, and once something happens, you build a wall and you're like, nope, I'm just going to let it brew underneath and nobody's going to tell me anything or touch me or anything. Okay, if you're that type of person, being proactive means you have to speak out what's going on within you, okay? So that would be proactive for you. If you're the type of person that just totally explodes in a situation, you get angry and you let your emotions just overtake you, your job is to take it in, sit with it, and after you've calmed down, after you've seen what your part is in there and how you're projecting on something else or somebody else, and how you can own your feelings and own that trigger that you have, then you can go back and calmly talk it out, okay? So, guys, have a lot to work on this week. I wish you all the best, lots of fun, and just remember to take it easy. Don't let your emotions get the best of you. Don't let your ego run the show this week. You have got to stay centered. Put your hands on your heart, breathe in and out. Know everything's going to be okay. Just doing that just centered me. Just try it. Just put your hands on your heart and stay heart-centered this week, okay? Get out of your mind, get out of all these crazy things your mind's telling you, and stay heart-centered. Stay grounded, and use this time to go within. Make those plans, concrete steps, how you want to go about making your dreams come true. Best of luck to all of you, and I'll see you next week.